Our favorite Netflix shows aren't a personality trait. Welcome and thanks for watching. My name is Caitlin and I go by the handle Mrs. Midwest. I run a blog focused on women's heart and mind issues and how we can begin to beautify ourselves, the world around us, and our relationships, heart, etc. So thanks for joining and let's get started. I like to give more practical advice on things, not just be more feminine. I like saying be more feminine and here's 5 ideas of how to do that. So today we're going to talk about that, but first let's reflect on what femininity is. So last night I looked it up on my online dictionary and I was greeted with the wonderfully vague statement that femininity is attributes pertaining to women or womanhood. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that enlightening statement. Now, what are those attributes? Masculinity, you have protecting, defending, leading, providing. Femininity, you have beautifying, nurturing, and tending. And again, with that idea of creating, also with creating life and nurturing that life and nurturing our lives, the world around us, our relationships, etc. through the special way women are made. So today, I want to give you the 5 practical tips of advice on how to be more feminine. So let's get going. Number 1, beautify your outer self. This does not mean you need to look like Barbie to be feminine. It just means you need to get in touch with your self, your body, and your health. So begin beautifying your skin, your hair, your body from the inside out through diet and the outside in through exercise. Begin exploring what makes you beautiful and what makes you special. I am not an advocate for extreme plastic surgery or diet pills or crazy beauty things. I just think that we all have it within us to be more healthy and to tap into our natural beauty. I do wear makeup. I don't think that all feminine women need to wear makeup, but I do think you need to take good care of your skin and be healthy and just give off that health vibe. Tending to your beauty will bring out femininity because you will feel beautiful and you will feel happier. Honestly, I'm always happier when I'm taking care of myself. And again, on a more practical note, do your hair and face every single day. Make sure your eyebrows are groomed, your eyes look open and clear, your skin looks nice, your hair is great. Again, to be feminine, you don't need long hair, but just work with your hair. Make sure it looks healthy and full and beautify your outer self. This will help you feel beautiful and help you do beautiful things in your life because you will feel so confident. And again, confidence is something we want to build. Confidence in our feminine selves. Number 2 for how to be more feminine is beautify your environment. This means your home, your living space, things that you have control and stewardship over, basically. If you're living with mom and dad at home, that means your bedroom. If you are the woman of the house, that might mean your house, or partnering with your spouse if you both work to clean and organize. So there's dirty and then there's messy. So if your house is dirty, you have actual like mold, dirt, dust, things that are not healthy almost to live with. That is priority number 1. After you get rid of all the dirt, dust, mold, etc., then move on to messiness. And messiness is misplaced things in your house, unorganized things. So focus on the dirty, then move to the messy, and then after that, organization, all of that. I understand kids, they're messy. You can have kind of like a messier environment, but you don't have to put in 0 effort at the same time. So I understand that you might not have a spick and span house, but you also don't need to have an extremely messy house. There's a balance we can achieve. And again, you don't need to be Marie Kondo. You don't need to be so clean. But it's important to remember that some effort is good. Just like with beautifying your outer self, you don't need to be a Barbie. You don't need to be Kylie Jenner. You don't need to be crazy. but no effort isn't good at either. And that's what we want to achieve. We want to find that balance. So nurture that space, make it warm and inviting. Begin getting in touch with those skills you have within you of nurturing and tending, and use it on your environment. And not only will your mental health improve, but your productivity will as well, because you will not be stressed. You will not be trying to leave the house to go elsewhere to get peace of mind, because your home will be so inviting and wonderful, and that's what we want. Number 3 for how to be more feminine practically is to be a gentle listener. So when I think about nurturing, thinking about nurturing things in our lives to be more feminine, and when I apply that to relationships and conversations, the best thing I can encourage you to do today is begin learning how to listen and be a gentle listener. So this applies to when you're receiving criticism from somebody, not melting down, especially if it's your parents or your partner, someone who knows you very well. Being feminine means trying to receive that and see how it can improve your life. Often people do give you criticism and it's rude, abusive, horrible. Don't listen to that. But if it's someone who has your best interest in mind, learn to receive that so you can improve your life. Some of the best improvements in my life have come after I've received constructive criticism from my spouse or other people. Again, this isn't applied to every situation. Often there are, cruel people in our lives that you don't need to listen to their words because they're trying to hurt you. But just for normal conversation, getting to know your friends more, getting to know the people around you, even talking to people in public, learn to ask questions and how to care about their lives. But gentle listening will nurture that relationship, especially in the example of romantic relationships. There's a lot of guys out there who are okay to smile and nod, in a conversation. And it's important to ask those guys questions about their life. Slowly, you will be able to build a framework of their life, and then you will be able to ask more interesting questions about specific people or things or projects that they're working on. And then you can get more in touch with their struggles, what's stressing them out. Often when I ask my husband, what are you thinking about? He's thinking about work and some stressful thing from work. And it's important for me to have a handle on his world and the things that he does and understand what he does at work so that I can listen better, ask better questions, give him advice, or talk with him through things so that I can actually be a good conversation partner, a good partner in general. I think it's a little bit disturbing when people flippantly respond that they have no clue what their husband does at work. Work on that. He does wonderful, interesting things. You want to be that person in his life that he talks to about those things. You don't want some other woman from the workplace being the one talking to him about those things. I'll leave that there. We all know what I'm talking about. All right, number 4. This is a practical piece of advice that I would encourage all women if you want to get more into your femininity. Ditch the Netflix, the Hulu, all of that as your nightly routine and replace it with building a skill or a hobby or building your mind. So I'm not saying you can never do those things, but leave it more for a special occasion. How TV used to be when we would look forward to watching Survivor on every Sunday night, or I would watch America's Next Top Model on Thursday nights, and that was my night to watch my show, and I had to wait a week. But we've lost that with streaming services, and it's really easy to just plop down and be mindlessly entertained. But the problem with that is you're not leaning into anything. You're not leaning into building any skills. You're not leaning into a growth of your mind, and you're not leaning into growing as a feminine woman. Well, femininity, again, is about nurturing and beautifying. And so those are very active things. And Netflix, Hulu, all of those are very passive. And so if you're participating in passive entertainment every day, and you're not giving yourself time to actively nurture and enrich your skills, your talents, or your life, you're not going to be able to get as in touch with your femininity. So I would encourage you to begin thinking about, what did you enjoy doing as a child? What are your talents? What are your gifts? Do you like music? Do you like singing? Do you like art? I do sewing, cooking, baking, kind of for my 3 favorite things to do to enrich my life. I would encourage you to get in touch with something you can do with your hands. Maybe that's something like exercise for you, or maybe something more social like a book club or choir or community theater. You know, say you did sports in high school, join an intramural league. Okay, those things exist. Join a fit body boot camp. You know, whatever it is, begin enriching and becoming more distinct and defined in what makes you you. Because our favorite Netflix shows aren't a personality trait. And I'm not saying that your book club's a personality trait either, but through that you get social interaction, you get life enrichment, you learn from the book, you're getting entertained, you get a lot more out of it. And I would encourage you to begin plugging into things that you can begin using as a skill in life, or things that enrich your life. You know, I wouldn't even be here talking to you through this digital world right now if I had stayed watching passive entertainment, because instead of doing that, I decided to start writing and blogging. So I would encourage you to nurture yourself and the world around you by getting in touch with your gifts and your talents and begin enriching your life in those ways. Say no to Netflix and Hulu except a couple times a week, and I'm sure you will see a wonderful, wonderful improvement. Number 5 for how to be more feminine is learn to regain your privacy. I think part of being feminine is beautifying things, and part of being beautiful is having an air of mystery. I do think we have lost a bit of mystery in our world. I see a lot of people pouring out their entire life story, personal thoughts, all of that on social media, but also their bodies, what they're doing from a second to second basis, and everything about themselves. And I don't think that that can help you get in touch with your femininity, because it really exposes you and you kind of lose that special vulnerability that happens when you can share yourself with just your friends, your spouse, yourself, etc. Part of privacy and my encouragement to you is not seeking validation from public approval all the time. It can be kind of addicting to get affirmation for the way you look, or your thoughts, or your personal struggles from online or everybody in your life. But part of being feminine is remaining a little bit elegant and classy and private. And so I don't know what that looks like for you. Maybe you post a little bit too revealing of things, you know. If you want to get in touch with your femininity, try to understand that beautiful things have an air of mystery to them. Again, we can all find support by opening up online. I have found that through my blog, but even me, I keep a little bit of mystery to myself. I don't talk about intimate details all the time of my marriage, my personal life, etc. I keep a bit of mystery, things left for me, my spouse, and it regains that beauty, and it also helps nurture my world, because if I want to nurture my soul, I need to keep a bit for myself and for my God and for my husband and my friends and family. And I can't just keep bearing my soul to the world all the time. I think that that's an important thing that's a little bit vague in my mind still, and I might go into this on a blog, but just begin thinking about elegance and mystery in your life and how you can kind of tone it down a little bit. Tone it down maybe with your clothing or your social media presence or your selfies or whatever. Just regain a bit of mystery, and that will help you get more in touch with your femininity. Today, I wanted to end with the encouragement that you don't have to do all of this at once, but they are simple. Anything from taking a shower today and doing your makeup, picking up the world around you in your home or your bedroom, asking your friends a couple more questions and actually remembering things about their lives, cutting out the Netflix and including more skill-building hobbies, and finally, regaining a bit of your privacy, keeping a bit of your mystery of your beauty, physically or otherwise, to yourself. All of these things will help you regain a bit of your femininity today, and I encourage you to do them. So please like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell, and you will get an update every time I post a video. I'm still figuring out my posting schedule, so I will keep you updated on that. Hopefully we could do. And again, thank you so much, guys, and check back later for more content. Have a blessed and wonderful day.